Olá maltinha, sejam bem-vindos a mais um episódio de Fate Grand Order e vamos fazer a Section 10 Great Prison Escape. Olha Moriarty. Portanto... Merlin não. Tu. Lord Elemalloy. E... sim. Ok. E let's go. A message? That damn Archer, I can't believe he put Master in danger just to draw me out. No, that's not it. He already had an idea of who I am. In which case, he's already deduced my true name, and from that my identity. I don't like taking center stage myself, even less if he is my enemy. At any rate, I suppose I'll go alleviate Master concerns. Oh. Morning, sunshine. Where am I? I bet you're wondering where you are right now. This is the Barrel, the headquarters of the League of Phantom Fiends. Nani? Don't worry, I'm pretty sure you're not hurt. You'll end up a lot more than hurt if you try to escape though. Anyway, the truth is, I just brought you here on a lark. Sorry in advance if the boss kills you. Yep, our boss, the embodiment of evil itself, the real Archer of Shinjuku. That is correct. I am evil and he is good. Thanks to the Holy Grail's power, I managed to tear out all of what's good and kind in me. Such things would be only an hindrance in my battle against my rival. However, I did not expect that such detritus would gain a conscience of its own in the process, let alone that it run off and attempt to impede us. Of course, he was little more than a minor pest scurrying around until you showed up. Now the Berserker of Shinjuku has been defeated and the rider shows no signs of returning. Nonetheless, we still have two servants at our disposal. The plan will proceed without issue. So you do know. It is as you imagine, Raphael. Our goal is nothing less than to complete and total annihilation of this planet. Do you think it impossible? I assure you, it's well within my capability. I firmly believe that, and so do those who follow me. The world we land in the year 1999, what was once a fanciful nonsense will become harsh reality. Ah yes, my motive, I suppose it's because I'm a mathematician and I calculated the power needed to destroy the planet. So why wouldn't I want to test my equation to see if it was correct? I see you're having trouble accepting my reason. I suppose I can blame you. But this is simply what it is to be a mathematician. I am proud to be evil and despise those who defy me. But I would prefer Chaldea not to interfere. If I killed you, they'd just send another master. So let's make a deal, Raphael. I shall send you back to Chaldea. In return, Chaldea leave us alone. Of course you could. Just ask Leonardo da Vinci to explain the situation to you later. At any rate, feel free to take your time and think it over. There's no reason to kill you anytime soon. Damn, talk about having the devil's own luck. You're a hell of a guy, you know that? Anyway, you just sit tight for a while, alright? I know why don't you keep him company? He's the kind of a guy who goes nuts without someone around anyway. He'll be happy to talk to you. Nah. Why, if it isn't the wonderful master of Chaldea, it's me, William Shakespeare. Has been quite some time, no? I'm told they're specifically designed to hold servants. As a caster, there's a little I can do about them. The truth is, when they captured me, they spent the whole day torturing me. Sweet are the uses of the adversity in my foot. Ah, it's horrible. Oh yeah, Shakespeare totally telling the truth there. He only agreed to make King Lear's for us recently after he was tortured. I'm just glad I could be of service, you piece of dung. How about I touch you even more painfully next time and you make a Albert Macbeth? That guy was immortal, right? Great. Can't wait to get started. Fine mess this is. At any rate, I'm surprised to see you have he here. Unfortunately, as you can see, I'm not in much of a position to be of any assistance in that regard. While you may be not similarly restrained as a human, I'm afraid it would be difficult for you too. There are many Ornets patrolling the grounds, along with the multiple King Lears I have been forced to create. At least I finally just about run off the sentence praising or descrying the latter. I'm so sorry, Sir Raphael. If only I hadn't written so many historical masterpieces. Huh? I must say I'm curious why you were gazing at me so fondly, but I'm glad to see you're in good health. Still, from what a little I heard, it was quite a foolish escapade, you're being captured and all. Oh, I'm not being critical of you, Sir Raphael. I'm talking about the Archer of Shinjuku. It would be foolish to believe he didn't have at least some idea of assessing of Shinjuku ability. But in that case, wouldn't be wary of a son after he appeared out of nowhere? Well then, why don't we look at this from a new angle, yes? As a detective might. If it makes no sense for him to have believed that Hassan was who he claimed, then perhaps he was aware of his true identity all along. At first glance, this would appear to be betrayal on his part. True. Now he has made the move since your abduction. I don't suppose it interests anything to you. Say, a letter? You're doing great, Master. I hope you know that. Guess he did. Excellent. Then let us see what he had to say, huh? Don't worry, your life is not in danger. Help is sure to come. When it does, Deal will explain everything. My deepest apologies for frightening you. That's all it says. So he may not have betrayed you, but there are still many questions remaining. Perhaps I can answer them. Who goes there? My name is Edmond Dantes. Some call me the Count of Monte Cristo. Edmond! Keep your voice low, Raphael. The Archer of Shinjuku sent me to help you. Or rather, he set me up so that I would have no choice. At any rate, we need to worry. Shakespeare, I wish I could rescue too, but I'm afraid I'll have to leave you behind. Huh? What a tragedy! Thought I wouldn't understand your position. No, it's quite alright. I may be subjected to more torture, but I doubt they'll kill me for a while yet. Right now, your safety is of the utmost importance, Sir Raphael. Worry not about me, but do come rescue me later, when you can. I know, good luck, Shakespeare. And to you. Oh, really? It seems we've been found out. Hurry, Master, and don't worry. This security is mere trifle for me. Ho ho, here comes the King Lear. Shakespeare, why did you have to go and write these things into existence? Sorry, Master, but I'm afraid I'm not at my best right now. I hope you can figure a way out of this. Sure, simplesmente luta. That's what you gotta do to survive. That's what you gotta do to survive, yeah. That's what you gotta do to survive. Hey. No. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. There we go. Ouch. That hurt a lot, boy. Vamos fazer assim. Vamos ver o que é que ela consegue fazer. Seriously? Na 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 na. There we go. Please, please, Jean, do it. Yes. Yes. There we go. Ok. Isto é mesmo para darmos overkill no gajo, portanto. O Madeline! Okay, let's go. Jano. Labrantamente de reina. Orutoria. Cross Kariba. Kariba. Please. Shush. Oof. Jan, do it. Do it, Jan. Do it. You do it. Come on, do it, Jan. Oof, there we go. There we fucking go. Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Ok. Portanto, agora são casters. Portanto. Ok, vamos deixar assim a mesma. Phew, looks like our escape was a success. Oh, but don't try to contact Kalia just yet. The enemy is like using the signal to track us. So I think it's better if I continue to jam it for the time being. What is it, Master? Remarkable. You are absolutely correct. I'm not a proud vengeance seeker at all. And believe me, while I was well aware of it during that battle. But how did you figure it out? Now I see. I knew I couldn't fool you for long, Master. I went to a bit of an effort to change my speech patterns, you see. I wonder if I might have been giving too much away. But even so, you did it well to notice. Good show. Alright, let's dispense with this disguise then, shall we? I believe this is the first time we've met since Camelot, Mr. Raphael. Sherlock Holmes. Pity your well-read friend, Miss Curlight, isn't here to join us, but I suppose there's nothing for it now. Good question, let me start from the beginning. Do you remember when we met at Atlas Institute? Yes, it appears you do. Well, there is a reason I continued to reshift from London to Camelot to Shinjuku. You didn't need my help to restore humanity. I suppose I could have offered advice, but so could others. But the same was not true for the incident that would happen afterwards. At the Atlas Institute, I was trying to find out if one thing in particular was possible. Whether or not a singularity could occur after humanity had been completely restored. It turns out that such a thing was very possible indeed. Hermes warned me that if humanity were to move from being incinerated to being restored, this distorted history would end up creating enormous remnants, specifically remnants of numerous powers that could have threatened the entire world, but were wiped out by history playing out correctly. To date, a counterforce, or perhaps something else, has worked to restrain or dispose of these remnants before they could pose a threat, but when humanity moves towards restoration, their power returns from the cracks of history. They are almost like hidden malware that tries to infect your computer when you go to reboot it. Anyway, Hermes calculated that if a remnant were to occur, it would be here in 1999 in Shinjuku. I still don't know why, but there is still one strong possibility. Yeah? No, it better not say anything until I know for certain. No, don't give me that look. Watson used to give me that exact look. At any rate, that is why I'm here. Now, what say we keep going, Mr. Raphael? Oh yes, I still have to tell you the utmost important thing of all. I'm not completely confident that I've laid bare all mysteries in Shinjuku Heights. Ha! Worse fail you, I see. Indeed, ordinarily, I would never divulge a theory that I was still in the middle of formulating. Doing so caused you all to make errant predictions, potentially leading to grave mistakes. However, there is an exception to every rule. In this case, is one of such exception. The reason is simple. His fingerprints are all over it. Threads that should lead to him become tangled and twisted, eventually ensnaring you in a trap. And before you know it, he has you in his grasp, just where he wants you. However, there is only such one can see by observing a spider nest from above. And if one takes too long to investigate, the wind could blow away the evidence like so much sand. Thus, I have chosen to leap into the spider web head first. Perhaps that's what he wanted all along, for me to take the stage. I imagine if Miss Curlight were here, she would be screaming right about now. At any rate, let me tell you exactly who you're up against. My nemesis, a demonic mastermind who disappears without a trace of evidence. He and his subordinates spin threads, each of which leads to the spider lying in wait. In order to reach him, I have to evade every one of these threads, something disguising myself entirely. However, I soon learned that even this wasn't enough to find evidence that could convict him. In time, I began referring to him as the Napoleon of crime. But his real name is James Moriarty. He and the Archer of Shinjuku, who first bonded with you when you arrived here, are one and the same. Nani? That is why I hesitated to reveal myself. Moriarty would never side with the good and virtue. It must be some sort of plot regardless. I knew my presence would only endanger you. The moment I arrived in Shinjuku, I could sense that he was here. As such, there is little doubt that he is similarly aware of me. Given how weak the good Moriarty spirit origin is, I didn't think the same would apply to him. However, it seems that over the course of deducing his true name, he managed to sniff out my presence. That being the case, there is no point in me pretending to be the Count of Monte Cristo. And now I have to remove my disguise. The game is well and truly afoot. No longer am I a spectator, I'm a participant. Which means that it's now only a matter of time before Moriarty and I face each other. In truth, I did all I could to remove any mention of him in Watson's writings. In part that was because, if possible, I wished to fight him on my own. But the other part is that I instructed Watson to write about him as little as was possible. In terms of pure strength, there were surely countless servants to surpass him. No doubt there are also many who exceed him in charisma, especially those from the Age of Gods. But when it comes to evil charisma, devising fiendship plans that are carried out without requiring him to lift a finger is in a class of his own. Indeed, I feared what effect Moriarty might have on the world, thus I asked Watson to depict him as simply as ostentatiously as possible. Now, here's the real problem. Moriarty claims to have split into good and bad personas. The bad one took the power and true name and expelled the good one from his domain. However, as I see it, just doesn't add up. After all, I had sensed almost no traces of goods from him, and yet the Archer of Shinjuku who protected you was sincere in his actions. When he saved you from the fearsome rider of Shinjuku, he did so with no regard of his own life. Nor did it seem like he did it so because he had some scheme in mind that would guarantee his survival. Sheer dumb luck was the only reason he survived. When I realized that, I was utterly at loss. I thought he might be an imposter, but that doesn't seem to be the case, which leaves us with a problem. He really is a good Moriarty. It's almost like one of those protagonists suffering from amnesia. This really is a problem. I never believed such a person could even exist in this world. Still, while your life may not be in danger, I can say I approved of the way he lets you get abducted. Well, you would likely have been abducted at some point anyway, and you would I rescue too. Now then, I advise you not to try and hide anything from him. Feel free to tell him all about this talk. I know you're concerned, but don't worry. He already knows everything that's happened. He knew you would get kidnapped meeting its other self, and that I would rescue. He even knew that his true name would be revealed afterwards, along with the doubts I still harbor. Naturally, he's never met me in person, but he certainly nonetheless. Even if he doesn't know his true name, he will have sufficient information to deduce it. That is something Moriarty would never fail to. In that sense, we are much very alike. At any rate, once everyone is here, I have something else to tell you. Exactly what destroying the world really means. I say you there. Huh? Yes, you. What a lovely face you have. I dare say your complexion is marvelous. You're the very picture of health. You must be highly nutritious. What? Now, should I go with rare or well done, huh? I can never decide. Stick. The elfie like me are meant to eat fine sticks. Commoners are supposed to eat swine. One of my stature can't eat swine. That would mean you, elfie people, are more affluent than me. I see someone at the very end of their rope. There have been severe food storage here ever since Shinjuku fell into this state. Of course, now there is one source of food that remains in abundance. After all, most good people here are dead and gone. Those that remain are either spellcasts or all killers. So on that note, Mr. Raphael, hope I can count on your help. Fortunately, this should be easier than King Lear, of course. There are also a lot more of them. Huh? Huh? No, it's only 3, right? Só são 3, right? Come on! Só podem ser 3, come on, don't fuck me. Don't fuck with me. Vou tirar para aí uns 15 mil de vida. Ou 10 mil. Ok. Ouch. Ouch. Ok. Vamos ver o que é que a Heroine X-Alter consegue fazer. Ok, 12 mil. Not bad. Okay, let's do this. Lamborghini in your hand. There we go. Done. Because Saimo. Done. It is done. Done. Huh. I'd better stock up on weapons soon. I believe he should be around here. Huh? What are you looking at, punk? Ah, there you are. I see you're just as bad as disguising yourself as ever. Or did you always see through it? Doesn't matter how much you change your appearance and your gait remains the same. Revenge police officers, Yakuza, each has their own distinct way of walking. Mr. Raphael, allow me to introduce you. This is Mr. Kaburaki. He runs a general store here in Shinjuku. He has everything from demonic beast corpses to guns that will even work on rafts. Mr. Dantes here is one of my best customers. It's always a pleasure to see him. You should try to keep sounding like a more earnest when you lie. I see what's going on. Today I'm here with someone who seems like they have good hostage. So you're here hoping to abduct me in order to threaten me, isn't that right? I can put anything past you. Well, now you've seen through it, I won't give you any trouble. Good, now I'll take 20 of the usual, please. You got it. By the way, Mr. Dantes, I have a question for you. And what might that be? Do you think the end is almost here? Yes, it may well be. But that doesn't change what needs to be done, does it? You still have to collect, sort of, and sell your wares. It may not be a proud profession. At times you have to sell your ends. But so what? What is there to be afraid of? You should be proud, Mr. Kaburagi. Just to do what you need to do. I'll keep that in mind. By the by, I also have some new demonic beasts in. And if you fancy that, they could make red pets. They're very friendly and not a bit picky when it comes to food. No, thanks. What about you, young man? Interested in demonic beasts? Nah. Do my ears deceive me? You say you already have demonic beasts for a pet? What sort of beast? Is the kind that would kill a dreamy-eyed caster on site. Thanks for waiting. Yes, you'll soon be meeting up with the others. After all, I believe our hideout was somewhere around here. There we go. Alright, shall we go get lectured? Lectured? But of course, Mr. Raphael. I'm afraid those two will absolutely live it after spending the evening worrying so much about you. Assuming you understand the situation we're in. Come then, let us be off. Ok, portanto, pessoal, vamos terminar aqui o episódio. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se gostaram, não se esqueçam de deixar o vosso like, comentarem e subscreverem. E eu vejo no próximo vídeo. Fui!